Your assessment of Marquise Bridges, if you would, through 5 games.
Yeah, progressed from last year to this year, showed up in camp, absolutely won the job at the corner spot. Had a rough outing last game.
Do you look for a guy to rebound from that?
Yeah, I think for young guys, the biggest thing is for them to be able to develop some resilience, right? You'd prefer them to figure that out prior to tough plays, but yeah, he had a few plays that he would have liked to have back, and that's all right. That's pro sport, right? There's always mistakes, and there's always opportunities to fix them.
As a guy tries to recover from a tough play, what are you looking for in him just to be back to normal? Like his assignment?
I mean, each guy's different, right? Each guy is different. You'd like to see them make the next play, right? Like a goalie, right? You got to save the next one. It's the same mentality, right? If you happen to get when you play on the wide field corner or corner in general, but when you play defensive back in the CFL, when you play out on the corner and you're on that island, there's a real high probability that you're going to give up a throw at some point, right? Like that's going to happen, right? What do you do next, right? And I think every guy, no matter what, who plays that spot is going to be put in that position, and they're going to have to learn from it, and they're going to have to develop that grit, right? It's just part of the process.
Just one final one. How did Zach look today?
Yeah, good.
Just to confirm, Stan's availability is still kind of open?
It's up in the air, yeah. We'll see.
Mike, I missed this last week, but it was Sergio's 100th game. You were there for the first one too, right? In BC in 2015. So I know what does he bring to the room, first of all? He's a different guy.
Yeah, he's certainly a real bright personality and character, right? He can fit in with any group, and he does that very well. It's like he's oblivious that he might not fit, which is a great attribute to have, in a big locker room. So I think he provides a lot for the team in that regard. And then you trot him out from 58 and he bangs one away. And he provides that all the time, right? There's so much confidence in his ability, not just from the coaching staff, but from his teammates. You just know he's going to go out there. He does it in practice all the time, and he goes out there and does it in games. That professionalism throughout the practice week, I'm sure the off-season training camp, and that professionalism, everybody sees it. And then he couples that with just a lighthearted sort of vibe around the locker room, which puts guys at ease.
You mentioned that before that first game in 2015 that he wasn't very good in the warm-up. He said he mentioned that to you even this week.
Yeah.
You came up to him and said, "Are you okay?" But back then he said he was bad in the warm-ups all the time. Do you remember that kind of moment?
Well, I remember that he probably lied to me and said he was good, because then a couple of days ago he said he was nervous as anything, right? So you can only help them out when they're honest, right? If they're not going to be honest with you, But I think did he go 5 for 5? We ended up winning that game. I think we ran a couple fakes too, or something like that. It was I'd have to go back, but I think that was a pretty damn big special teams game, that game. But I thought he went 4-4, but I know he was perfect, whatever he was, 5 for 5, eh?
One more on that. Is there an explanation as to why, as it gets later, he's got more distance, more accuracy from distance?
Or maybe he's saving himself. I don't know. I think, you go through... Training camp's a bit of a process, right? An arduous process. And there's probably some recovery that has to go on post-training camp, right? And I think guys get into that groove and they know exactly what they need. And as the season progresses, we figure out practice a little more for exactly what they may need. And, the guy who's been doing it that well for that long, you just sort of trust to He's going to tell you. If he's not going to kick that day, you know, don't make him kick that day, right? He's good.
Do you leave him alone, mostly as a field goal kicker? 'Cause he's obviously doing something to continue his career on, like banging 58 at 30.
Yeah,
Do you leave him
I
alone?
tend to leave him alone. There's a couple times, maybe every season, where I maybe say something during the game. Last year in Montreal, when he didn't realize that we had another opportunity, and he's running around the sideline, you know, mea culpa, you know. I'm like, hey, you get it, whoa! He runs back out there. Yeah. No, I leave him alone, basically. I think that's the standard fare for most kickers, right?
Yeah.
If you're with a kicker for a long time and they tell you exactly what they need, then that's sort of the script you follow.
He certainly makes it seem like every offseason he's always refining technique, trying to get better at it.
The best ones do.
The accuracy and
The best ones always do. You want to have longevity? Keep working on your craft. You just choose to never arrive, right?
Just on that for 1 second, did Justin Medlock change kicking in the CFL? Because statistically, when he came in the league, it got so much better.
Yeah,
I was evaluated for 2015.
Yeah, from my lens, I would say yes. I've said it before. I thought we were together in Toronto, I don't remember which year, and he was meticulous and demanding, and it was a bit of a shock to the group in terms of their operation and how much work he demanded, and it was excellent, and it certainly changed my opinion, opened my eyes, and he never departed from that. He was making Hall of Famer Weston Dressler catch 100 bad balls off the ground at the end of practice, you know, and all Dress could do was say, well, this is what he needs, so let's give it to him, right?
Yeah, the statistical break is crazy for when Medlock.
Yeah, I would say, you know, like from my point of view, he was one of the big drivers of a better operation. Thank you.